Story 1. I must extract every last bit of toothpaste from the tube. For shampoo, add more water, shake, and get a few more days out of it. Being well off is relative. Story 2. Eat leftover sandwiches from corporate lunch meetings, even if I am not in the meeting. I am not in need, but a free meal is a free meal. Story 3. I hold on to items I don't need in case they might be useful someday, and I would have to buy them again since I couldn't afford to. I do a purge every few months, but the pack rat instinct runs deep. Story 4. I am dressed about 50% of the time in clothes that make me look like I live in my car or maybe the woods. I am retired. I have what I call house clothes, which are 20 years old, from Marshalls, that were $9.99 when new. They are clean and laundered. I wear them to garden, drink my coffee, walk my dog, and more. My house clothes are faded and somewhat stained. I don't care. I walk around my neighborhood to get my steps in. My neighbors know me, but I receive many pitiful or concerned stares from strangers. Story 5. I can tell within $2 what my grocery cart total is going to be, including tax. As a child, I used to go shopping with my mother, and I was always embarrassed when we had to put items back because we didn't have the money. When I was about 8, I got in the habit of keeping track of how much we had spent, and I would tell my mom what we had to put back. She was so grateful that she would save a bit to get me a treat. Now I can buy anything I want, but I still budget myself and never go over it. My wife thinks I'm nuts, but I will ask her, "Those artichokes are out of season. They must be expensive." I get a disapproving eye roll. Story 6. Wear the same clothes for over a decade if they are still in good condition. A little faded or threadbare won't stop me. I am also known for accepting hand-me-downs, so I receive a lot of clothes as gifts. I may not always look as presentable as I could be because my clothes are not new, but I can dress fashionably while spending very little money. Story 7. I cut my son's pants into shorts for the summer. They had holes in the knees, giving them a whole new life. Story 8. I never negotiate with small or family-run businesses on pricing, but with Comcast, I hold nothing back every February. I cut the cord, opt for a la carte services for a month or two, use a VPN to access regional deals offered in less affluent areas, whatever it takes. Story 9. My guilty pleasure is getting Moroccan ramen every so often, but I prepare it like spaghetti by draining all the water, mixing in some olive oil with the noodles, and then adding the beef and pork flavor directly to the noodles. It's delicious that way. Story 10. I walk to work almost every day, and it's usually the best part of my workday. It's healthy, starts my day off great, allows me to decompress on the way home, and I've been listening to more podcasts. My partner has also noticed that my mood has been more positive overall. We have 2 vehicles, but we rarely drive outside of the weekends. This has been an unexpectedly positive change in many ways. Story 11. My wife refuses to start the dishwasher unless it is full. I do not even know the price of water. The yearly bill is probably less than how much I would earn in the time wasted arguing about it. Story 12. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches remind me of when I had no responsibilities. They are perfect for beach days. Story 13. I refuse to buy anything I consider overpriced. Even if I can afford it many times over, I still won't on principle. Story 14. Make Velveeta mac and cheese and add last night's leftover meat from a restaurant. Once, it was a tomahawk steak that cost around $100. I have done this more than once with barbecue leftovers. Story 15. Hoard food. If I cannot eat it or if it is near expiry, I put it in the freezer where it will stay indefinitely. I know I will not eat it, but I consciously do not want to throw it away. Story 16. I don't think we are well off, but compared to how I grew up, it is probably 10 times better. The feeling of being poor always stays with you even if you are not anymore. I still drive a bit farther to the next gas station to save a cent per gallon, fold plastic grocery bags nicely and reuse them, and buy tools from discount stores. If something is important enough, I look for different options and choose the cheapest one, even if it's only a $5 difference on a $200 tool. I only eat out once or twice a week and never throw away leftovers. I wear clothes and shoes until they have holes or break apart before replacing them. In fact, all my t-shirts have holes. The list goes on. Now imagine someone who looks homeless driving a Porsche parked in front of a supermarket because they want to save a few dollars buying motor oil to do their own oil change. A 5-quart bottle of motor oil from a discount retailer is the cheapest when on sale. Story 17. To me, I am well off compared to what I came from. My wife and I combined bring about $245,000 per year. We are not exceedingly rich, but we are definitely comfortable. I always take my kids on tours of where I grew up whenever we are home. The 14 by 70 trailer, the double wide, and the house my parents bought. Sorry, kids, but the new owner tore it down because it was in rough shape. Please do not misunderstand me. I am extremely proud of my parents. They had twins their senior year, both graduated, and I grew up in a challenging environment without fully realizing it. I knew we didn't have the things my friends had, but my parents worked hard to take us on vacations. I got new shoes when my old ones wore out. They lasted almost 3 years. I never went hungry, but we definitely ate things we didn't want to. I was and am extremely loved, and my parents were married until my father passed a few years ago. My wife tears up when I talk about my upbringing, but I have nothing but pride. I had a roof over my head, food in my stomach, and parents that adored us kids. The greatest lesson I was ever taught was that every human is a miracle and to treat all people, regardless of their position, with the same respect as the chief executive officer. It was a ramble, but I hope someone can gain something from this. Story 18. I didn't think I qualified for this, but some comments convinced me that I do. I am skilled at making repairs. I feel a genuine sense of satisfaction from fixing something instead of discarding it. Repairing items is also my daily job. I enjoy transforming something that seems worthless into something valuable again. It is beneficial for the environment and fulfilling for my spirit. Story 19. Drive a 20-year-old car. Avoiding high vehicle costs and instead investing is what made me well off. Story 20. I bottle my own water to drink at home. We have good tap water in my city, and I put it in pint-sized mason jars with lids and keep it in the fridge. Ice cold and delicious, it saves me $10 a week. Story 21. 3 kids here. I buy all of our clothes exclusively from Goodwill and Savers. We are earning around $240,000 a year, but I refuse to spend $40 on a hoodie my 10-year-old will outgrow in a month. Story 22. I used to be broke. I lived in a trailer on a dirt road in the middle of Florida. I received a full scholarship to several state universities due to a high ACT score. I made it out, and at 29, I am making over $150,000 a year. I have plenty of money, but I still can't bring myself to fill up my vehicle in one go. I never put in more than $40 at a time. It's irrational, I know, but I remember buying gas with rolled-up quarters I scraped together from my car and couch. Story 23. My husband spends his time adding water to products that we are running low on, such as soap, milk, and certain juices. This drives me insane. Every time I discover watered-down hand soap or milk, I scream from the kitchen, "We're not poor. I can buy more." Then he shouts back, "We could be." Point taken. Story 24. I try very hard not to waste food. Leftovers, doggy bags, and office lunches or dinners that are untouched make me reflect. When you eat soup for a few days and it gets thinner, you start realizing how much we throw away. It is upsetting. Story 25. Buy used clothing from eBay. Shop for discounts. Avoid luxury hotels, restaurants, and other expensive places. Cook at home. Story 26. Doctors I know, but I am friends with a guy whose father is worth $300 million from selling a company during the dot-com bubble and subsequently investing all that in the stock market, managing to pull out right before the 2008 crash because he was about to invest in treasury bonds before taking a year-long trip. This guy is worth a straightforward $300 million and earns $20 million passively from stocks and interest. I have observed him, on multiple occasions, eat food that has fallen on the ground. For example, if a hot dog falls at a barbecue, he washes it off with the hose and considers it good to eat. In college, I once dumpster dived for a lot of candy. A friend of mine collected around 30 bags of gummy worms over a month because I said I didn't like them, so he took them all. This guy is on Zoom meetings discussing a charity to which he donates millions, all while eating expired sour gummy worms his son's friend found in the trash. He also takes his steak bones and trimmings home to make stew, and once tried to convince his son and me to butcher a deer he claimed he saw get hit by his neighbor's Porsche down the road. He asked, "How far away are you guys? Can you swing back?" This man makes 100 times what I will earn in my life, yet he wants to eat roadkill in a $30 million estate. To be fair, he grew up very poor in a small town in Pennsylvania. Story 27. Many of my coworkers and neighbors hire professionals for various tasks. They use a lawn service, a tax consultant, occasionally hire a cleaner, engage a therapist, or pay someone to seal their driveway or install Christmas lights. They also hire help for plumbing or electrical work, or to move furniture when they buy a new house. If they purchase a new dishwasher, they have it professionally installed. For example, my neighbor hired a landscaping company to design and install her yard. When it comes to oil changes, serious do-it-yourself tasks, and medical or dental needs, we handle those ourselves. Moving, I will rent a truck. Plumbing, electrical work, or home repairs, I will ask strangers online for advice. Yard work, I will do it though my yard does not look great. Broken appliance, I will fix it myself or install the new one. The truth is, I often end up wasting time and money, and I may be hindering myself. But I just cannot bring myself to hire others. Story 28. Shop at Aldi. Why would I spend more money for the same items when I don't have to? I can legitimately get 85% of the products I need for about 2/3 of the price, and they are just as good. It's a no-brainer, and anyone living paycheck to paycheck who doesn't shop at Aldi is making a mistake. Story 29. I buy clothes at Walmart. There are many great deals for shorts and shirts for everyday wear. No one ever asks if I am wearing a Walmart shirt when I am fueling up at the marina. A deal is a deal. The hardest part about being well off is staying well off. I know millionaires who live paycheck to paycheck. They are struggling, but it's just another level. Story 30. Register for class action lawsuit applications. I receive in emails or regular mail to potentially receive a $3.82 check a year later. Free money is free money. Story 31. Free food. I work at a large law firm, and between the snacks and meals provided to keep employees happy at the office and the high-quality leftovers from client meetings, it's easy to eat for free most days. The holiday season is especially abundant. Many vendors provide large platters of food to the firm, so there are tables full of baked goods and sweets all the time. Coupons. Sales, especially on clothing. I typically shop twice a year. To refresh my summer wardrobe, since I live by the beach, and to prepare for winter. These days, I hardly buy much as I am approaching retirement, and my wardrobe is set. I only make maintenance purchases unless there is a special occasion. Story 32. I am the only person in my neighborhood who washes my own vehicle in my driveway. I did not get here by spending $20 on a car wash. Story 33. My partner and I grew up in low-income households. One habit we maintain is our meals. Rice with chicken, soggy angel hair pasta, potatoes with beef, and my favorite, a pot of pinto beans, a skillet of fried potatoes, and a pan of cornbread. Another practice we continue is attending free events, such as art festivals, concerts, or movies in the park sponsored by the city. This drives our children crazy. Story 34. Buying inexpensive Chinese soups, downloading movies illegally, purchasing everything on sale, getting clothes from a thrift store, and eating leftovers for 2 to 3 days. Story 35. I still dress exactly how I did when I was 18. I wear cheap flannels, black hoodies, black or white t-shirts, Levi's jeans, and affordable shoes like Vans or Nike. I only own a few designer outfits for when I need to dress nicely, and even then, I wear a $150 watch. My style is quite simple, but I appreciate its simplicity. Any designer shirts or hoodies that I wear on a regular day are from a thrift store, where I can find great items at 80 to 90% off compared to mall prices. Story 36. I try not to buy any produce without a good idea of when we will use it to avoid waste. Food is more expensive now, and it bothers me to discard someone's hard work in raising that food. Story 37. I am a multimillionaire. I pack a simple turkey sandwich and yogurt every day for work and have done so for almost 20 years. Story 38. Buy meat on sale and freeze it. Prepare extra for leftovers to have a meal on nights when you don't want to cook. Avoid expensive food brands and shop at thrift stores for clothes and furniture. Limit eating out. My biggest expense each year is work boots and cannabis. I am a large individual, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing around 300 pounds. I definitely push footwear to their limits. Story 39. Turn the shower water off while I apply soap and shampoo. I know it's eco-friendly, but it comes from my childhood of limited resources. Story 40. Make a pot of coffee. My wife and I will drink it over 3 days to finish it all, storing it in the refrigerator between cups. Story 41. I drive my old car, which is worth less than the watch I wear most days. I enjoy annoying my neighbors who all drive fancy cars. Since a car is a visible sign of wealth, they seem unable to determine my earnings. One neighbor often suggests what new car I should buy every time we talk. Story 42. I have a few go-to meals that I enjoy from time to time. Buttered toast with cinnamon sugar is an all-time favorite snack. Baked beans and hot dogs always hit the spot as well. Story 43. My parents are very well. They still have a video cassette recorder connected to their 70-inch 4K television because they watch movies on VHS not for nostalgia, but because they already own them on that format. They both grew up somewhat poor and still act like it in some ways. Story 44. I love a good book, but I will wait in line for months for the public library copy rather than spending money on my own copy of a book I want to read. I will finish it in a week or two, and it feels like a waste of money to buy. Story 45. A lot of what is being said are not even poor things. It is just having the basic ability to pre-plan and be smart with your money. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.